I could even rephrase the reselling of a product. That actually doesn't have to hurt either one of us right now. Like that's what I've done with Murder Mook before. That's saying this is the business and the money, etc., that we're doing for this battle right here. You versus Big K, right?
Mm.
Now we're gonna go our separate directions. I don't owe you nothing. You don't owe me nothing once the business is closed out until Netflix comes to me and says, RBE, I need 25% of your catalog, or I want that particular Blue Room event that had Murder Mook as the main event. I want all those battles. I want to do a documentary on it. But we know he was the primary, him and Big K was the primary draw of that. Right. And then he's able to say, oh, wait, ARP, you're selling that? I got something in the contract that says I'm going to get 25% of whatever you and Netflix got going on.
Yep.
So that doesn't even hurt me until later on. But if I move that off the table, then, which really, because it doesn't hurt anybody, I still feel like the residuals based on a large percentage of the battle of pool, it's going to regress what they have available to them. And that money is so small in this market. It only fixes a handful of people that have the frustrations of, wow, look at my career and I don't have enough to show for it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where some of that frustration comes from. You know, that I'm not trying to say it's a pocket counting thing, but who are we kidding? In historically, the league owners tend to be in a better financial place than the artist. Historically,
Yeah,
respectfully. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the continuance of some of these league owners and platforms and battle rappers, 10 years later saying, I'm still going battle to battle to battle because that's the business of battle rap. And you're still, but you have a bat. And you know what? My bad. And I know this is becoming a little bit long of a rant, and I kind of want to throw it back your direction for commentary. Let me say this too. I want people to hear this. Shout out to Rosenberg Raw. Rosenberg Raw has the mentality when he purchased, I think, a battle from TBL that he dropped on his channel. Him versus what's the battle that he did on the Cassidy and Easy card?
Jones. Him versus
Killer Jones. Yeah. Yeah. So they worked out something where he was able to get that footage from them, and drop it on his own channel. And he came to me. He asked me to buy a battle. I said, man, I ain't selling you shit. I'll give you versus Cicero. Go upload it. If I was you, I would change some things, put some exclusive, change the intro, whatever, do some commentary to it, drop it on the channel. That's you. It's all good. Now, his mind state was, man, like battles are things that get clicked for years. I have two things for that. Once again, I said prior, a big piece of my library is not the type of battles that you go back and watch. I have classic battles that nobody's clicking. I think Mr. Mills and Big versus Big Ken is one of the best battles on my channel. They're not going back to click that, so that you got that factor right there. The other factor of it is simply a lot of these battlers outside of those top drawing people, like the amount of money that even they still are clicking on to break into that is a big deal if I'm doing all that upfront payment that you were mentioning earlier. Yeah. So I'm just like, yo, when we talk about all these past battles that you're not getting paid off of, if you don't have a big library like I want to use a different channel, a King of the Dot channel, right? If you don't have a big collective, which also pushes a lot of the other content that's there as well, having a year, running a league for a year, and that's your library, what do you think these people are making 5 years from now?
I don't think that's the thing. I think it plays into both parts, because there are some battlers that have the mindset that, yo, all this money is being made and I'm not getting it, right?
Yeah.
So it's two parts of reality. I know for a fact that battles being dropped on Facebook, highlights and different things on Facebook has netted 5 figures for a league or leagues in a month's time. Right now, if you spread that between all of the people, that's crazy. That's insane. Right. The fact that all of it goes to the league is insane. It's insane.
That's the last piece I think I want us to just hash out, because we damn near is on the same page for most of this, and neither one of us scripted out how we want to discuss it. I don't like that last one. That I want to go at that one, but go ahead.
The reason why it's insane is it don't It's just that it's a lot of work to do. That's it. It's a lot of work to pay out and look and see like who should get what or what. But like, yo, when we chop these battle moments up and we post them other places, there is money made that counts toward what did this battle make me. There are a million Tech Nine battles that the reels that, let's say, a Dre Dennis posts religiously.
Fucking Dre.
He is making a killing. God bless. Because he paid to make a killing. He paid to make a killing. It's just crazy that 15 years from now, that this can still be making money, whether it's $2 or $3 or $1 billion, and that man's kids can't get a piece, but yours can. And I understand the investment made, but then we're talking about, then we're weighing the investment. We're saying that the money that you saved and you dedicated is worth more than what you paid it to get. So like if I'm paying X rapper this amount of money to get this work from him, this is me saying that, yo, I need you to invest this much worth of work and talent into this product, right? It's just a headache. That's the only thing I get from everything, because I get you. It's not a lot of money. If you make $30,000 in a month off of Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and all these other ads, it's going to be hell to try to pinpoint each and every space where money needs to be sent out. So maybe that ain't in the play. But when we talk about, yo, if this comes and we sell it to Netflix, if this comes, and that's the long run.
We're on the same page there. Yeah, we're on the same page there. If some, like, that's why I said that Murder Mook example, that doesn't hurt either one of us.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? There's
not-
no loss there.
Here. It's
So-
not. And that's the biggest thing. Like, the money isn't there yet. So like I always say, like, whenever like you're in the studio with somebody and y'all arguing about publishing of a record that ain't sold a fucking dollar, they ain't sold a copy yet, y'all are arguing about nothing. So if y'all arguing about money and it ain't none, then
that's some of my hang up there, you know, and still, you know, I want us to start moving towards, you know, but if I got two artists in a studio arguing over their first record and a dollar hasn't never been made yet, they have no baseline, they have no history, and that's a tougher argument to have. If you're gonna have this argument with a league owner that's been, you know, functioning within this market for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, like some of us, right? I think we know that 70 maybe plus percent of these events that take place during the year, they're in the red. And I'm not talking about necessarily one league. I'm talking about the collective, all. So if about 70% of the events that take place during the course of the year are in a red or bring back, not necessarily what you put in as far as doubling or anything like that, the market of this, like you said, the money that available, that changes the availability. And I love some of the concept of residuals, but once again, it's not a battle rap fix to me. I think it's something that a select few can negotiate. And this is what one of the last things I want on this topic I wanted to toss out there for you. The mind state of investing or tomorrow is one thing that's lacking, not just in the music industry, not just in battle rap, but with our people, period. 100%. Especially people that are going through desperate needs. Okay. I've seen some of the biggest names, you know, when they're in a bad spot. Yo, I don't even care what you got coming up or who it's gonna be. Can you send me X amount of dollars? You know what I'm saying? And just put me on the books. You know, it's like you're in this type of spots where it's more so about right now.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if battle rappers, let's say even 50% of the battle rappers had the mind state and the knowledge that you have, you know what the league owners would be seeing. First of all, there would be more league or more battlers taking things into their own hands, probably. But I would see battle rappers actually hustling the products that they're a part of.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's a part of it for sure.
100%. No, battlers don't approach leagues in ways where they could try to figure out how they can hustle their product or their talent. Right. And they don't do that after the fact either. Now I get it. If you feel like there's nothing to gain from me posting this clip, it's only something to gain for Dre Dennis because he owns the platform that's posting the clip that's generating the money. I get it. But tell me 5 battle rappers that have walked up to a league owner within the last 15 years and said, how do I take what I did last year or last month or last week with you and go work it the same way an artist could work a mixtape or whatever, or go get a deal or go promote it or go do something and break down the bread with you? And if that was the case, what league owner is going to say no? The work ethic is also part of this. And I get it. If I use now your industry side, I say there's the ignorant locks and all these people that's going to complain about the Suge Knights and the Puff Daddies, and over time, and you come back 20 years later and say, damn, you're a billionaire. What happened to me? So I get it. There's a lack of knowledge, but there's also a lack of work ethic. And then it's compounded when you come into battle rap and there's a lack of actual revenue being generated. That's why I say things like, nigga, 70% of these cards are in the red during the year. So it's tough, man.
Let me
It's tough. Go ahead.
like in that space, it would involve the league and the battler working with each other after the battle. And if we really want to talk about what that looks
Give me an
like,
example of that. Give me an example of that using your B Magic versus Mac Myron.
let me get this point and I will.
Gotcha.
They're the reason I say it takes them working together or what have you is if I have something to gain from this, like when battles drop, the league and the battlers are done working together. In my experience, you don't know when your fucking battle is coming out. Like you look up and your battle is just out. Like and like if as someone who like yo, I might want to drop a project during this time. I might want to drop a single while people are looking up my battle. I might want to do something. I might want to add something to promote something else that I'm doing. So one, release dates and drops will have to be coordinated. But I don't think battlers come up to league owners in that regard because they're not incentivized to. Sometimes it's pride. And also the leagues, they don't, in my experience, the battlers that show that they're savvy on these things or know about these things or even are humble enough to ask for advice and or help, they don't want that person. They want the person that's got a media draw and demand that they can get their bread off of immediately. Now how it would work with the B Magic and Mac Myron battle, we made bread. I gave Mac bread just off the strength of, and this ain't like Mac Myron today where he can, what, you know what I'm saying? This is Mac Myron over 10 years ago where a B Magic battle was like, yo, just book the battle, man. I feel like you invested in me by investing in B Magic to come out here and battle, right? How you catapult that is you had those conversations about drops. You let this person know when it's going to drop. You give them an opportunity to promote and market it. Do I think that that battle itself is going to be able to recoup what I paid B Magic and Mac? Yeah, I already did. Like I made it off the door in the VOD, like on some real shit. And it don't always go like that. It was just a big event for Detroit. It was like a perfectly planned type situation. But my question is, let's say Mr. Mills and Marv won a battle that isn't like a crazy RBE view battle, but let's say someone is going around and they're collecting footage of Marv One because of his legendary history from the Eminem battles to all this other stuff. They're doing a documentary to show what he's done since battling Eminem, and they hit you up and they offer you X amount of dollars for all of your Marv One catalog. And let's say you got more than whatever the case is. Do you think that Marv and Mr. Mills should make some money off of the selling of that piece of work?
My answer to that is yes. And that, but once again, I want to be clear. That was different than when you asked me prior, outside of that type of circumstance, do you feel like once you do that event, if you should own 100% of the footage?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about because of the residuals that it makes, given the type of business that typically happens in battle rap, I should own it. And if a rare occurrence, which I don't even know of that happening once, you know what I'm saying, that's a
Yeah.
different thing.
Yeah.
If it gets sold, then yes, you should be a part of that. I want to make sure I'm separating
Yeah.
the two.
Yeah. And
You know what
that
I'm
and
saying?
that and that's something. I think that the other stuff is really difficult to track. But I mean, point blank, period. When we talk about events being in the red or stuff being in the red, we never really think about the money that we make after the event is in the red. We kind of just throw the event, put out the battle. After 6 months or a year or whatever time, we say, "Oh man, we were in the red for that event." But throughout this whole year, we're repurposing all type of art again and again on different platforms, and money is coming in. But we're never counting that money with the prior investment, right?
What's stopping the battle rappers from being the source of the content creation? Then even if it's one-offs, what's been stopping? Because when we hear examples, and mind you, everything that you and I have discussed so far, like this hasn't even been a debate. This has been a discussion.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I respect everything and fuck with just about everything that you said. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't even get a chance to debate because we're pretty much on the same page and shit. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
like
The
like
what do the battlers have to do? Right, 100%. Um,
and yeah, and in your example though of like that Marv, you know what I'm saying? Somebody purchasing all his stuff all the way back to his classic stuff. Like number one, why hasn't that happened? And that's almost like slightly rhetorical. You know what I'm saying? Like let's say battle rap is what from it being monetized 17 years old, right? As far as like modern day on stage being monetized, I'm not talking about DVD. I'm not talking about street corner era. I'm not talking about back in hip hop inception. I'm talking about monetized modern looking battle rap, especially with the presence of YouTube, right? It's X amount. It's still a teenager.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So why hasn't this first question? Why hasn't somebody wanted the legendary Marv One catalog after all of these years? And also, what's stopping all of these battle rappers? Why do they even need the leagues to go create this content and fully monetize all these available options to them? Now, I have an answer in my mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm creating a debate slightly with this one, but go ahead.
it's fucked up because like I'm a realist, like even with
Uh-huh.
myself. You know what I'm saying? It's because you don't want to spend the money, you don't want to make the investment. You may
All
not have
right.
the
So maybe there's not a debate then.
money. Here's the thing. Here's what a debate can be. Yo, man, Drake got a record label. Kendrick got a record label. Like Kendrick Lamar is not independently putting out his shit, man. There is a industry, right? There's a stature. There's something special about being on these major platforms, right? There's something different when Quest Mcody was throwing grind time Detroit 187. I wasn't even a grind time rapper. I was just fucking I had a relationship with a motherfucker that worked with grind time, so I was able to fucking throw events, right? And put people on. So I'm throwing these events. That's everybody is not going to do that. Some people just want to be booked. That still doesn't mean that common things that are in play for every other consumable form of entertainment. Basketball players get revenue share. Actors get revenue share. We rap. We're the closest to rappers. There is some sort of like even the idea that leagues wouldn't set up publishing in its rap. The reason this idea is here in 2002 2001, I did a fucking TV show on Showtime. It was called The Next Episode, and the producer of the show was like, yo, when we're filming you, that you're gonna be freestyling and rapping, man, try to rap some shit that you got on beat, or that maybe play the instrumental and just rap to that, because you can register that and you can. And he showed me that. I didn't even know what he was telling me, and I just did it. And once they filmed everything, they got the final cut. Same guy hit me up and said, "Hey, we use this, this, and this. You said this on this one, you said that." And I'm like, "Oh, that's this. That's a song called The Worst." So I published it. And I got something from it. At that time, you couldn't really get anything from the freestyle portion of the battle because they considered it like improv. So now this isn't improv. This is literally something that you're writing down. So battlers don't throw the events, just to get back to the subject. Battlers don't throw the events because some don't have the money or the resources, but the ones that do, man, Mac Myron threw battles forever with Mike Murderers, TV. There are a lot. You see battlers now kind of coming to the light, but this is shit that's been being done, but they're still doing it wrong because the whole industry of battle rap is operating on a set of rules that don't mirror anything other than when not they don't mirror an industry in entertainment. There are areas that we just don't care about. Like, I get you, we got to take less money to get more on the back end. Of course, I would tell somebody that if they're already not getting it, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, hey bro, if you want to get 2 points on your album, you're gonna have to take less of an advance. I would definitely tell you that if I wasn't giving you points on your album already. So a new standard got to be made. But like we're not, like, I believe it's the league owners that are the visionaries in battle rap. And in order to take us to the next level in that regard, it takes people shit like myself, like yourself, people that understand both sides of this coin. But like battle rap isn't being handled like any fucking business.